talk was employed by protesters at the G20 in Toronto.
That's correct.
Enlightened sovereignty.
Word up, Word of Mouth Wednesday. We're back here on the Word of Mouth Wednesday, and this is our G20 Exposed segment right here. Joining us in the studio, we have some guests here that it's great to welcome to the show today. The director and the producer, Derek and Adam of the G20 Exposed documentary. Hello, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, word up. Yeah, good to see you guys in the studio. Good to hear you guys. And I guess I just want to get started here with our special segment here, My Heart Bleeds. It's an Officer Bubbles lawsuit tribute segment. This is not necessarily a tribute to the lawsuit, but actually a tribute to those affected by this lawsuit. It's a major multi-million-dollar lawsuit. Well, I guess maybe you guys can give us some details. What have you guys heard about this lawsuit here and related to the G20 and this Officer Bubbles?
Yeah, the Real News covered a story that main reporter Jesse Freeston, who was at the G20 and who was actually punched as a reporter. So he came out with a cover story, Officer Bubbles Busted for Blowing Bubbles. And basically, there was a statement made by a Toronto police officer threatening to arrest a woman for blowing bubbles. Now, these are weapons in his mind, but in our mind, we see a lot of the stories pertaining to G20 and what were considered weapons. So we have a gentleman, 57-year-old amputee, who had a prosthetic leg. He works for Revenue Canada. His name is John Prine. They labeled his leg a weapon. So when we see stories like this and bubbles being weapons, it's preposterous. And Jesse Freeston from the Real News really broke the story. It's that headline that everybody likes to read in the newspaper, Officer Bubbles. You know, so it's kind of funny to see police acting this way and having this demeanor and this aggressive attitude towards people peacefully protesting. So basically, I'm the one that broke the story, and I'd like to get that out there because I believe in democracy, I believe in freedom of speech, and the Canadian Charter Rights and Freedoms Act was violated during the G20. So I think we all have the right to speak up when we see unprecedented police tactics happen at G20. So somebody was anonymous, and they came to me and sent me an email on YouTube. And it was a Ontario Superior Court of Justice statement of claim. Now, I thought this was funny. I didn't think it was real. So I looked it over, I read it, and Officer Bubbles is suing a cartoonist, a political satire cartoonist, who just was mentioning a lot of facts that happened at G20, but had a spin on it. And it's to make fun of the situation, what happened at G20. And Officer Bubbles thinks it's a defamation of character. So he's suing the individual cartoonist, but also 25 individual YouTube commenters.
Whoa.
So this is a big deal, but they didn't think it was going to get publicity. No, I thought it was important for the Canadian public to know the truth. That's why I contacted the Globe and Mail, the Toronto Star, and it got on the front page of the Toronto Star. It's become a national headline in Canada. Fox News has covered it in the U.S. Globe and Mail has covered it. So has CTV. They did a story. So if anybody is out there and you're curious about this fiasco, you can type in Officer Bubbles on YouTube, and it's got over 700,000 hits.
Right. The original Real News video's got the over 700,000 hits. This video's gone viral, and then so have these other videos now have gone viral that are mentioned in the lawsuit, these cartoon clips that are mentioned in the lawsuit. And there's another video that's making a lot of noise here on the internet coming out of Toronto, and it's actually the video that you guys made, G20 Exposed. And there's actually a sequence in there that you guys had the Officer Bubbles, some clips from the Real News, as well as one of the cartoons in the documentary. Because of this lawsuit, is this still in the documentary? What is happening right now with this situation?
Well, the documentary was split up into chapters, and Chapter 8 was the Parkdale occupation, and it went through all the events that occurred in Parkdale on the Sunday afternoon at the G20, and that was where the Officer Bubbles incident happened, where Officer Bubbles threatened to arrest a girl for assault for blowing bubbles. And then someone had made a series of 8 cartoons. So they're just like political satire cartoons, sort of using Officer Bubbles, a cartoon image of him, sort of depicting him doing various acts that police had been accused of doing over the G20 weekend. Things like, arresting Barack Obama and Santa Claus, just sort of, it was clearly a joke. And so when I saw this lawsuit, I was like, wow, we got to get rid of this because, I don't want to be sued for having this cartoon in there, which, in my opinion, was, some of the least controversial things in the documentary itself. So yeah, we took that down from YouTube, and we're currently editing the chapter back together to get rid of the cartoon because we certainly didn't intend on defaming anyone. We were just sort of reporting, what had happened, and just sort of throwing a little cartoon in there, just for some humor, because the documentary is all facts and it's all real footage that happened there. And so yeah, as a result of this, we don't want to get sued. So yeah, we took the cartoon out. But since actually all the cartoons got removed from YouTube, but they've since then been re-uploaded on a variety of different channels. And that sort of shows that if you try and censor the internet and censor YouTube, that that doesn't really work very well, and it actually sort of ends up making the problem a lot worse. And so that's why now you can, there's a lot more people now have seen the cartoons and have seen the original video as well as a result of the lawsuit and the publicity that it got.
Right. So this is sort of this is like a major blowback from this lawsuit. I guess he was trying to get the stuff removed, trying to get these people to stop leaving comments, and now there's more views than ever, more comments than ever. We don't know if there's going to be more lawsuits than ever. But what we do know is that Derek, you were instrumental in getting this word out. But I guess just in case you didn't quite explain it in the last time, like how after you received this note from this person that had received this lawsuit, like how were you able to get the word out? How did the media find out about this?
Yeah, basically I had a PDF document on the statement of claim, and I got some anonymous sources who came to me because they trusted me because I am the producer of the film, and they might have had that perspective to come to me to take it public. So basically, Google sent out emails to those 25 individuals saying that they had 7 days to respond, or else they will release the information to the lawyer. Now, the lawyer's main prerogative was to get the cartoons removed, which they have done. And there's a Toronto Star article. Basically, he said, the quote was, "At this stage, we were successful in getting the cartoons taken down, which was our primarily objective. And I don't know whether we will or will. I don't know whether we will or we won't not pursue the remaining the remedies available to us."
That's an interesting statement.
So it's funny how they didn't go public first. Exactly. If this was really a threat to Officer Bubbles and like threats to his family and so forth, we're not here to defame anybody. We're just here to relay the news and stay true to the facts. So we censored the clip out of the documentary, and we respect that. The facts, So we just don't like it when officers can't take criticism because of their behavior and try to go after and police the internet, because you're going towards 6 billion people that are on 6 million, I guess, I don't know how many, but YouTube members that leave comments any day. So it's unwarranted, it's a fiasco, and it's laughable. So.
Right, and the word is getting out now more than ever. After this lawsuit has been filed, there is now independent media is now looking into this a lot. And actually, uploaded today, was a clip from Press for Truth about Officer Bubbles, uploaded on YouTube. Press for Truth confronts Officer Bubbles, and here is a few minutes of that clip, and then of the audio from that clip. And then we're actually going to try to get Dan Dix of Press for Truth on the phone line. But here you're going to hear some clips from the Real News famous confrontation where Officer Bubbles earned the nickname Officer Bubbles. And then also some clips from Brian Law's recent interview or confrontation with the Constable Josephs. And then also a clip from 2007 that Press for Truth has a throwback clip here, but all you're going to hear all that, and we're going to be right back here on the Word of Mouth Wednesday.
You understand me? Right, you're going to be in handcuffs, all right? You either knock it off with the bubble, you touch me with that bubble, you're going into custody.
I don't feel very affected. I'm just...
That's terrible.
Trying to keep people happy.
My heart bleeds.
Mine too.
Right?
I'm here.
Put it away. Right. Knock it off.
Yeah.
Are you the I guess now famous Officer Bubbles?
Have a nice day.
No?
Have a nice day.
Are you?
My name's A. Josephs.
Hey, Josephs.
That's Officer Joseph, sir.
Oh, okay.
Sounds fair. Have a nice day.
How do you feel about the whole the video and everything that surfaced? Like, you know, looking back on it now.
There's nothing to look back on. Did my job. I'm a police officer, right? You touch me with that bubble, you're going into custody. Do you understand me?
People are talking about how you took down your Facebook profile and stuff like that off there, and like, I mean, you know, there's been quite a bit of fallout because of that stuff. So
My private life is not open for discussion, okay? Take care of yourself.
In public life, though, as a police officer.
Yeah, that's different.
We interviewed you a few years ago. You probably don't remember. You were calling your friend saying you're learning about the police state and you're thinking about changing your name to Boris.
It won't be me. You got the wrong guy. And I'm just outside of City TV. I'm getting educated about a police state. I feel like a communist already. I'm going to change my name to Boris. Yeah, what's up? Oh, snap. You had an arrest, eh?
Word up, Word of Mouth Wednesday. That music that you're hearing right now in the background is just that's the actual soundtrack for a lot of these cartoons that are generating this, that have resulted in this lawsuit, generating a lot of views on the internet as well, Officer Bubbles cartoons. And joining us on the line is actually a producer and one of the people behind that, some of that video that you just heard the audio from. We have the Press for Truth reporter right now on the phone, Dan Dix. Hey, Dan.
Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, not bad. We just listened to we got Derek and Adam here from G20 Exposed in the station, and cool. We just listened to the audio there from the Press for Truth clip that was put out today on Officer Bubbles. I guess could you talk about what this clip is, why you guys put it out?
Yeah, basically, you know, in light of this lawsuit coming out, we thought we'd put this clip out. It was a little over a month ago now. Brian Law ran into Bubbles at, it was actually on September 11th at one of our September 11th street actions. He was just up the street. So we had the opportunity to confront him on this viral video of the whole Bubbles incident. So we did that, and actually at the time, you know, we weren't really planning on releasing the video. We knew it would be a pretty good video, but at that time we felt it wasn't exactly important information to be putting out, so we didn't bother. However, in light of this new lawsuit coming out, we thought, you know what, let's show the world what this guy has to say about a police state and what he has to say about the incident. You know, he basically just said, look, I did my job. I'm a police officer, and I did my job. So, you know, once he started acting like a douche and launching a lawsuit, we figured it would be a good thing to show everybody a little bit more of his character.
Right. And everyone can check out the clip if they log on to pressfortruth.ca, the website. But I also wanted to ask you about how you put the clip together, because I know you put the Real News interview in there, the confrontation with Brian Law, your clip from 2007, but then also at the end, you finished off with some of the clips of one of these infamous cartoons. Why did you decide to put the cartoon in?
Well, because that's what this whole thing is stemming from. You know, with over 25 people involved in this lawsuit, all because of this, you know, cartoon. We figured, you know, it's all part of the current story, so we wanted to show people what all the fuss is about.
If the bubble touches me, I'm going to be arrested for assault. Do you understand me?
Bubbles.
Yes, that's right. It's a deliberate act on your behalf. I'm going to arrest you. Do you understand me? Right, you're going to be in handcuffs. All right? You either knock it off with the bubble, you touch me with that bubble, you're going into custody. Right?
I'm putting it away.
Right, thank you.
But I would also like to know...
You want to bait the police. You throw that on me or that other officer, and it gets in her eyes. It's a detergent. My heart bleeds.